Finding a Man for the Queen Mother. My name is Dwayne. I'll be your facilitator for the session. The goal of this session is to help the Queen Mother place herself in the perfect position to find a specific type of man. What kind of man is good for the Queen Mother? In a world of infinite possibilities, simple is rare. Every single individual Queen Mother has a unique type, so there is no one perfect type for all Queen Mothers. There is no perfect equation to find a man because every individual has unique wants and needs. There is an equation that works on the foundation of all energy that the Queen Mother can use as a guide to find the right man for herself. So, what kind of man is good for the Queen Mother? You need a man who has the physical and mental strength to be a shield for you as a Queen Mother. What does that mean? Well, first, he needs to be able to be a physical shield for the Queen Mother. If the Queen Mother and her knight are walking down the street and they see a roaming pit bull just roaming around, just as an example, not saying pit bulls are evil dogs, but just as an example, if they see a pit bull roaming, the Queen Mother may be cautious, but she's not afraid because she knows she has her knight with her. Her knight is bigger than her, stronger than her, and she knows that he is willing to protect her at all cost. So when it comes to physical harm, because biologically he's bigger and stronger, he needs to be a physical shield for her. She doesn't need her creation abilities being tainted by feelings of fear. The proper man for the Queen Mother needs to also be a mental shield for the Queen Mother. The man benefits from the Queen Mother's creation abilities. It's almost as if the Queen is creating nectar that the man enjoys. But in order for her to continue creating this nectar, she needs to be guarded mentally. The man may experience some things that may put the Queen Mother into a mental bind. But unless the subject comes up or it is needed, the man doesn't need to disclose the information. He is a mental shield. He takes care of the things that the Queen Mother doesn't need to worry about. What kind of man is good for the Queen Mother? A man who loves himself enough to invest into his future. If he is willing to invest into his future, he's also willing to he understands that the Queen Mother is part of his future, and he is willing to invest time and energy into the Queen Mother. What kind of man is good for the Queen Mother? A man that controls a bountiful platform filled with resources for creation. Example, let's say he has a great job. This job pays him more than enough to live above the poverty level in his current society. If he's living above the poverty level, he has extra resources that can be used for creation. A man that provides satisfying sexual pleasure is the kind of man that the Queen Mother is looking for. The Queen Mother needs an intelligent tactician, chess, not checkers, a man that is a critical thinker, a man that can see the things that others do not see, a man that can come up with a plan no matter the situation. This is the type of man that the Queen Mother needs. What kind of man is good for the Queen Mother? The kind of man that has a yin yang dynamic with his Queen Mother. Basically, his opposites complement her opposites. The Queen Mother must be intentional when it comes to finding a man as a Queen Mother. You must be intentional. You must find a man on purpose. Make sure you tell yourself the truth. Yes, I am looking for a man. And everything you do should be done with the intentions of bringing you closer to that goal. So you're mentally healthy. You're physically healthy. You're financially healthy. You've discovered your powers. You know what you're good at. So what do you want now? You want to find a man. So everything you do needs to have that goal in mind, all the way down to the clothes that you wear, the way you behave around others, and the shape that you keep yourself in. It's all intentional. If you live intentionally, you will develop habits that help you become the greatest version of yourself. And when a potential match finds you, everything that you do will be in order. You will be healthy physically and mentally. Your credit will be great. If you say, I want him to pursue me and I won't do anything to make that happen, you are just allowing a chaotic world to decide your fate. Intentional worksheet. Step one, use a diary, journal, or notebook and write down all of your main actions. If you are serious about finding a man, at least 25% of your actions should be focused on finding a man. Make sure that you have balance. So you don't want to make all of your actions about finding a man because balance is key. 60% of your actions should be centered around enhancing your personal life if you are living without a man. 40% of your actions, which you should not exceed 40% of your actions should go towards finding a man. Remember, you are being intentional. You're not thirsty, you are being intentional. If you are a queen mother and you are currently not looking for a man, 100% of your actions should be centered around enhancing and maintaining your personal life. In order to find a man right for the queen mother must be mentally healthy and physically healthy. If she's mentally healthy and physically healthy, she will have peak experiences throughout the day, every day. Mental health will allow the queen mother to make better decisions when she meets her knight. So if she's mentally healthy when you finally meet a potential knight, the decisions that you make will help you shine in a proper way for your knight to see. You need to be physically healthy in order to find your knight because physical health fuels your body and gives you the energy needed to carry out your daily desires. And one of your desires is finding a man. So physical health will help you find a man. There's no one perfect way you need to look physically to be healthy. But if you are physically healthy, the energy and the muscles that you have will fuel any effort that you take in order to find a man because you have more energy to do it. It is not just about how you look. It is literally about having the energy, the raw physical energy to do what you need to do. Mental health and physical health worksheet. So we're going to start with the mental worksheet part first. Your chances of finding the right man for the queen mother will drop dramatically if you are suffering from any of these mental issues on the left hand side. How do you spot these issues on the left hand side? Self pity. It's the lack of confidence and insecurity. If you don't love yourself, how can your knight love you? You're thirsty. You have a lack of love for yourself and you're mentally unstable. So you need to get your fix. You need to jump back into a relationship immediately. You're looking for a rebound. Once again, lack of commitment and sincerity. You're not really committed. Trust me, the knight will spot it. If you find a healthy knight, he will see all of these things. Some women believe that men are just dogs, and some men are. They only think about the physical pleasure. But the knight is not just a dog. The knight will look at you mentally and physically. And if the knight senses that he's a rebound, you will lose a good man. Control freak. You want to control another life and you fear the unknown. When you find your knight, if you're trying to control him, telling him where to be, what to do, how to dress, the things such as that, who he can hang out with, who he can't hang out with, you will lose your knight. If he is a healthy knight, he will not stick around. Lack of color. If you're a queen mother, but one of the queen mother traits you decide to place onto your knight. So if you're looking to place a queen mother trait onto your knight, one of the traits is color, being colorful, being creative. That's not saying that knights and men cannot be creative, but this is a trait of the queen mother. If you lack this trait and you try to place it on your knight will realize that, and he may or may not stay. If you're looking for someone to punish due to personal reasons, trust me, you may not even get a chance to speak to your knight. You may be able to find a man, but most likely it will not be the man for a healthy queen mother. Number 7, if you're a clout chaser, you don't care about the man himself and you're only chasing fame. If you are truly looking for a man and you don't realize that you're a clout chaser, you may find the perfect man for you. But the healthy knight will realize that you're a clout chaser and move along his own way. Number 8, damaged goods. If you keep looking for trouble until you find it, the knight will try to avoid you the best way he can. You will find other men that don't mind the trouble that you're looking for, but your knight is not going to want the drama that comes with having to deal with past relationships. So, this is why it's so unhealthy. This is why it's so important to be mentally healthy before you attempt to find your knight. Number 9, identity issues. Lack of self-awareness makes living intentional hard. So, if you don't know who you are or have a idea of who you think you are, how can you intentionally live your life? How can you intentionally be you if you don't know who you are? Number 10, I don't need a man mentality. If you are a queen mother, there are so many women that are not queen mothers, and that is just fine. But if you are a queen mother, the man plays a very important role in your life. You don't need a man to live, but you do need a man to thrive. The I don't need a man mentality does not work for a healthy queen mother. Remember, not all women are queen mothers, and that's okay. Mental and physical health worksheet. Physical. If you have any of these physical attributes on the left side, they need to be addressed. Number 1, lack of physical confidence. A healthy knight will spot your insecurity, and that will damage your chances of being with that knight. 2, low energy. Energy plays a role in every activity. If you're not physically healthy, if you don't have the energy to go on that hike, if you don't have the energy to go on that walk, if you don't have the energy to go on that date, if you don't have the energy to stay up and watch the rest of the movie, you won't be able to properly bond with your knight. So you need to be overflowing with an abundance of energy, an abundance of life. 3, faster aging. The body declines faster due to a lack of nourishment. If you're not giving your body what it specifically needs to thrive, you will grow older faster. Lack of participation. Number 4, you either don't have enough energy to participate at all, or when you do participate, you don't have enough energy to give the activity your all. If you do not participate in living, that will dramatically drop your chances of finding your knight. You must participate in living your life, whatever that means for you. So, whatever activities are going on in your immediate area, whatever there is to do outside of yourself, do it. Participate. You have the energy to because you should be physically healthy. So, go have fun, enjoy yourself, and that will increase your chances of coming across your knight. Number 5, minimal access to creation abilities. If you have brain fog or maybe you're lazy, you'll have lack of inspiration to do things. You need to be physically healthy so that you have the mental sharpness to enjoy the activities that you're doing and so that you're not lazy. A lazy queen mother is a major turnoff for a healthy knight. A healthy knight understands that a desperate woman or a desperate queen mother will settle and may end up with him even though he's a healthy knight. He may not be the healthy knight for her. So if she's desperate, their life still may not be good because she settled for him. No one needs to settle. The queen mother does not need to settle, and the knight does not need to settle. If you know you're feeling desperate and you can't help yourself, then you may not be mentally and physically healthy, and it may not be time for you to find your knight. But if you are mentally and physically healthy and you're just ready to have your knight, turn that desperation into a shining light. Because if you're shining bright, you will have plenty of men available to choose from. And if you have plenty of men available to choose from, you have plenty of options. You don't need to be desperate. You can take your time when it comes to finding your knight because you have plenty of options and chances to find your knight. Be picky. On the road to finding your knight, you may date a number of different types of men. If you find within the first day or the first 3 days that this is not the type of man for you, move on. Ask yourself this one question: can I live with this trait for the rest of my life? If the answer is no, you need to move on. Judge your potential knight on who you see in front of you, who he is right now. You can always be thankful for any change that comes in the future, but judge him for who he is right now. And if there's something happening right now that you can't live with, that you just cannot live with for the rest of your life, you need to be picky and move on. But just remember, okay? Nobody is perfect. No one is perfect. And the perfect match for you, as a very specific and unique queen mother, the perfect match for you is someone who is not perfect. Remember, perfection is not being perfect because you are allowing yourself a chance and room to grow. If you find someone who feels like he's perfect and everything he has perfect, then he won't need you because you will mess up his perfect. If you find someone that thinks they're perfect, move on and don't look for someone who is quote, quote, perfect. Look for someone who has room to grow. As long as you can live with the different things in the different areas that he needs to grow in. Let's look at the example. You find out that a specific knight has extremely low self esteem. A queen mother is not looking for a knight with low self esteem. The right man for a queen mother is a man who has high self esteem, who loves himself. That's not something that a queen mother can live with for the rest of her life. So if you encounter that, you need to move on. You can always hope and, hope that he gets better, hope that his self-esteem raises up and everything works out for him, but let him do that on his own time. You go ahead and move on and find someone who already has good self-esteem. In order for the queen mother to find the proper man for a queen mother, she needs to shine bright. She needs to be a beacon of light. So, what you need to do is you need to be confident in yourself. Being confident, no matter what you look like, no matter what your life situation is extremely attractive to the knight. You need to give your gifts to the world. If you are giving your gifts to the world, then you are putting your energy out into the world. The right man for the queen mother will spot this energy and gravitate towards you because the knight can understand what this energy looks like. You need to give your gifts to the world so that your knight can find you. You need to shine bright. And if you're shining bright, you're not in the shadows. You're a beacon of light where many men will see. In order to shine bright, you need to love who you are specifically. If you love who you are specifically, that sends a signal to your knight, and your knight will love you even more for that. Shine bright worksheet. How do you shine bright? You need to use your gifts in order to shine bright. So, if you want to become a beacon of light for the world to see, for your knight to see, you need to shine bright. How do you shine bright? You need to use your gifts. We already went over how to find your gifts. Now that you know what your gifts are, you need to use your gifts and do it very well. If you, let's say you're a painter, let's use the examples in the pictures here. A pottery. So, you do pottery, right? Shining bright means your pottery is amazing and you're giving it to the world. So the world's like, wow, this pottery is awesome. Look at this. Oh, she's doing a great job. The right night for you will see you because you're putting your pottery out there. Will say, well, maybe this man will be at a convention where your pottery happens to show up. Or maybe this man will do pottery himself and he will see your pottery like, wow. And this is how you will meet him. Let's look at the next picture. You're a runner. You're shining bright because you're running your best. You're working out every day. You're practicing all the time. You're an amazing runner and you shine because you're so good. Men that love women who are runners, knights that love women who are really athletic, they'll find you because you're shining bright. Let's look at one more example. The picture here in the middle shows a woman designing a clothing line. Shining bright means you're putting your clothing line out there. You're letting people know who you are. You're showing people your clothing. You're having models try out your clothing. And all of a sudden, your name is going to get out there into the public. And your knight, a knight that is into the type of woman who loves clothing, a knight that is into the type of woman who is an entrepreneur, this is how he will find you. This is how he will see you because you are doing an amazing job of giving your gift to the world and you are shining so bright. Approach a potential match. First step in approaching a potential match, approach any man that you are interested in. Give him the greeting of the day followed by a question. The queen mother is armed with knowledge and wisdom. The queen mother knows that in today's society, some men are reluctant to approach women. This simple approach is an icebreaker that removes a guard in some men. Just because some men are afraid to approach women, it's not a fear as in I'm afraid of rejection sometimes, especially for the night. It's more like, does this woman want to be bothered? Am I coming into her space? If he is a healthy knight, he will come for you anyway. But if you want to increase your chances of finding your healthy knight, approach a potential match. Approach a man that you're interested in and say, how about this weather? It may sound corny, but something so simple will open up the gates to this man to start talking with you. You don't have to say, are you single? You don't have to say, you don't have to use a pickup line. Wow, you're looking so good. Just something simple. The greeting of the day. Good evening. How's your day going? Or that's a little formal. How about, hey, it's a nice day, isn't it? How's your day going? That is all the icebreaker that you need. And if this is the right man for you, he will start talking. Once your knight starts talking, because you love yourself as a queen mother, if you discover during him talking that this is not the right man for you, it won't be such a big deal for you to move on. And if you simply give the greeting of the day, beautiful day today, right? Oh, yeah. Then you can just move on. If you find that this man is a good potential knight for you, but he does not feel the same way, if you love yourself, it's okay. You gave him the greeting of the day. He wasn't interested in you to continue the conversation, and you moved on. It's called being polite. Great day we're having, right? Oh, yeah, it's a beautiful day. Then you go about your way. Great day we're having, right? Yeah, it's a beautiful day. How's your day going? And now you're in. It's as simple as that. Approach a potential match. Give the greeting of the day. Use clear communication. Queen mothers, this is a very large one, okay? Do not rely, let's look at the first picture. Do not rely on body language. Some women like to walk in front of a man, some women like to bend over, some women like to stare at him. Body language is not clear communication. Body language can mean anything. No, you do not, as a queen mother, the queen mother does not know where this man is from or what this man has seen. So, what you think is body language telling him that you're interested, he may not understand. Do not use body language. Walk up to him and be clear, whatever language you speak. So many women will hold back because they're trying to play the game. A healthy knight does not want to play the game. When you meet a man, you have to open your mouth and say something to him. And if you do, once again, the greeting of the day, how's your day going? Or if he says I'm interested in you and you say, well, I'm interested in you too, he'll be happy that you're eliminating the guessing game and you're not playing little games that society has you play. Now, you don't have to give away all your secrets and you don't have to seem desperate, but you do need to speak and be clear. You need to let your knight know that you are interested in him and that you want to know more. So don't rely on eye contact. Can eye contact work? Yes, it can sometimes, but don't rely on it. Remember, use clear communication. Eye contact can mean anything. If you rely on your looks alone, the statement that you are making is that he is a dog and he only needs to rely on your looks alone. The proper man for a queen mother is not a dog, and the queen mother, a healthy queen mother, does not want a dog. A dog will go after the looks and the looks alone. So if you do not want a dog, do not rely on your looks to do all of the talking for you. The perfect match for the queen mother is not a perfect person. A healthy knight will continuously evolve. What you're really looking for is what you can live with for the rest of your life and what you cannot live with for the rest of your life. If you understand that no one is perfect, some things that you find that may be undesirable may still be okay to deal with. Don't run just because you find one bad thing. Just make sure that one bad thing is something that you can live with for the rest of your life. For example, You may meet a knight who is not exactly where he wants to be financially, but that knight is currently in a good position to take care of himself and his life. Don't run away just because he hasn't reached his financial goal. If you can live with where he is now for the rest of your life, it is okay that he has not made it to his financial goal yet. Remember, the perfect match is not a perfect person. We just went over this, but let's just recap. When you're looking for your knight, you need to understand that the perfect match is not a perfect person. Your knight will have flaws that even he himself will say, hey, I'm working on this. I'm working on that. If the flaw that he has is something that you cannot live with for the rest of your life, you need to move on. But if the flaw that he has is something that you can live with, then that's okay. Even if your knight says he's going to change this or he's going to change that, don't look for the change. Don't wait for the change. Accept him for who he is in the current moment. And if he does change or when he does change, that'll just be an added bonus. But if he doesn't change, you're fine because you love him exactly the way he is now. Everyone will grow and change, including your knight. So your knight will grow and change. With that being said, he may not change into what you wanted. He may not change into what you wanted or what you were expecting. So if you're looking for your night to change and you're waiting for your night to change, if that change doesn't suit you, then you just wasted all your time waiting for this specific change. And sometimes the night may take resentment because that means you don't love him the way he currently is. And the resentment may even be subconscious. So do not wait for change. Just enjoy the change that comes. The healthy queen mother has an extremely powerful intuition, extremely powerful instincts. As a queen mother, you need to trust your instincts when you are finding your man. Trust them. Listen to yourself. You will make mistakes. And when you listen to yourself, you will also make mistakes. But if you love yourself, you won't beat yourself up and you will continue to move. But the majority of those times, if you're healthy, your intuition will lead you in the right direction. The next step is knowing the difference between personality traits and habits. So, a bad habit, let's say, a bad habit could be biting your fingernails. That's something some people may do, and it's something that they can stop. It won't take too much effort for them to stop, but it will take some form of effort. Now, a personality trait is somewhere along the lines of a bad temper. A bad temper is a personality trait that can be changed, but personality traits are harder to change and they require much more effort and much more energy. So if you understand the difference between personality traits and habits, you can say, okay, well, this is a habit and this is a personality trait. Okay, when it comes to giving a little to get a little, do not include personality traits when it comes to that. You can't give a little when it comes to someone's personality trait because that's something that is going to be extremely hard to change or whatever. And if you can't live with that for the rest of your life, you need to move on. But if it's a habit like they like to put their cups in the freezer and you don't know why, it's just a habit of theirs. That's something that can be worked on. It won't take too much effort to change. So if you understand the difference between personality traits and habits, that will help you in your on your path. That will help you on your path to find a knight for yourself. In a world of infinite possibilities, simple is rare. So you may find a man that seems like he's the perfect match physically, but then you may understand that he has some deal breakers. And even though he's handsome, you still need to move on because he has one of those deal breakers. There's nothing wrong with having deal breakers. Just make sure that your deal breakers are sincere. They're really a part of who you are. They're really something that you just literally cannot live with for the rest of your life. Understand that you yourself may change. Do not hold yourself hostage to an outdated personality standard. So if you say, hey, guess what? I'm not the type of person that likes men who wear jeans. Well, that may change in the future. So just because a year ago you didn't like men that wore jeans, and now in today's time you do like men that wear jeans, you may miss out on some matches because you find some men wearing jeans. And you're like, even though you do like those men, you may say, well, a year ago I didn't like that, so I'm just not going to mess with that. Don't be held hostage by old personality standards. Go after what you want today. Understand what you want now. And don't be held hostage by who you said you were, or who you told them you were going to get, or what type of person you told them you were going to find. You told them that you were going to find a doctor, but you ended up with a lineman, or you ended up with someone, a man that does something else. Don't be held hostage to outdated personality standards.